The Mike Simple Report. Here we go. Another day filled with news because every day with the Trump administration, there is always something happening and I got to talk about it. So let's dive in. Did you see the video? It's out there of Melania Trump at the Grand Prix yesterday with Mr. Trump sitting there, and she's leaning over and she looks not happy. I mean, she's upset. They look like they're having an exchange and people are trying to figure out what they were saying. Some people are even trying to read their lips. That's how this video is, and it's good. So Melania is over there. Trump's leaning towards her. She's talking into his ear, and she is not happy. Then, guess who appears out of the shadows behind them? Natalie Harp. Yes, she appears. And Melania just gets up and walks away, leaves Donald Trump there, and it's a good video. It's really crazy to watch. I can't believe it. I have it connected to my shorts. So if you get a chance, watch this video. It's really good. I mean, this Melania is just not having it. She's just, she's upset. You could tell Natalie, this Harp woman is everywhere. She's always behind the scenes. She's always doing something. And that's that 35-year-old aide. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but she's everywhere. And why did Caroline Levitt, why did she just leave all of a sudden out of the clear blue? Think about it. There's a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes that we just don't know about. But if you have a chance, take a look at that video of Melania upset at the big, beautiful 250 race. Now, in other news, the Trump administration is going to now, they're going to try to make the H-1B visas more expensive. Yes, they used to be a couple of $1,000. Now they're trying to make them $103,000. That is a lot of money. And this would be for the employers. They would have to roughly pay this to have these these foreigners come over and basically work. 103,000 per H-1B visa. Previously, like I said, it was just a couple thousand, and now these are higher foreign-born workers, and it's a new rule introduced today by the Department of Homeland Security, and this is change. This is a really big because you know what? A lot of these people are very well educated. They're very smart, highly skilled, and especially in the tech industry. So you know what? I don't know what's going to happen if they can't afford to come over here. But there's another episode in the Trump administration. Oh, and it just gets deeper and deeper. Now, Trump, we all know the past couple of days, his war with Canada and the tariffs, it's just hitting now. So here we go. In response to Donald Trump, the trade war, Canada erupts as Canada is now considering cutting electricity to the United States as Trump slaps tariffs on cars and steel. The trade war with Canada just erupted, and the new option is off the table for Canada anymore. Doug Ford, the Premier of Ontario, says we need to consider cutting off critical minerals to the United States, cutting off electricity exports to the United States. Ronald Reagan would be furious at Trump, saying that the United States won't get a grain of sand from Ontario. Moving forward, everyone is on the table right now. For Canada, they haven't made an official decision just yet. And if they do decide to do this, you know it's going to be affected. 1.5 million homes and businesses losing power. It's incredible if they do this. I mean, that's making a statement. And you know, straight out, Donald Trump will fold if Canada does do this. Like I said, Trump's always out there playing hardball. Well, Canada could play hardball right now by cutting the power to all those people and businesses. Okay, next report is experts are warning as the midterms approach. This could happen. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, but they are suggesting that it could happen. Donald Trump is moving closer to declaring a national emergency. And in the recent weeks, he and his team have taken significant steps to getting this. Beware of what is happening. And this is basically right now. Trump and his team have become rapidly declassifying election related documents to lay the groundwork of ultimately declaring this national emergency. Also, to increase public claims over non-citizen voting, and this is using dubious methods. And the kicker came as 48 hours where the USPS published that they would prevent states from receiving voter mail in ballots. And we know that that was blocked by a judge, but they went ahead and printed this and everything else. And we'll see. There's a lot of stuff going on with this. And it seems like Donald Trump is really going to try to cry foul this midterm election and saying everything was rigged and this and that. We know he just does this over and over again. Only when the Republicans win is there's no foul. But when the Democrats win, it's a major thing. Okay, in other news, this is actually pretty wild. In New York City, there has been people spotted climbing in and out of manholes. Yes, I seen the video. They're just coming out of nowhere. They're wearing waders, the rubber waders, the boots, and they have flashlights, and they are just climbing out of nowhere. And they're basically seen in Queens and in Brooklyn, and they're dressed up. They have headlamps. Police are investigating, and so far, there has been no harm to the public. There's been no explosive devices been found, and but it's just odd. They don't know where these people are coming from. They're identified. They don't know if they're urban explorers or treasure hunters. But I mean, I don't know what you're going to find down in the sewers of New York. But this is an interesting story, and let's see what happens with it. And there you have my report. The latest thing, the last report I do have was that doctors are concerned over Donald Trump's weight gain. The man has gained over 20 pounds since he has been in office. That's 20 big ones. I guess he loves to eat, and people do say that he loves McDonald's. Could be the Big Mac, could be the quarter pounder, could be some French fries. But these doctors are very concerned of his excessive weight, 20 pounds. And that was my one report that I had. They basically, I guess he's going to have to lose some weight. We all know that Donald Trump says that he has like a 4% body, 0.4% body fat content, and that he's basically pure muscle, a figure of just absolute, like a fine specimen of what exercise does. So, yes, doctors are concerned, but Donald Trump sees himself in another way. There you have my news report. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a chance, please subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like. Like I said, I'm always making videos. I'm always doing political stuff. Anything could happen on the Mike Simple Report. And give it a hype. It's a new feature on YouTube on the road to 100,000 subscribers. And so trying to reach the 4,000 hours. I'm almost there. It's really close. Thank you so much for watching. Take care until the next report.